Today, I want to give you 4 tips that smart job seekers always do that, well, lets them get hired. I mean, let's face it, getting hired for a job, it's not easy. I mean, some people just seem to be better at it than others, or maybe they're just smart. I mean, so what are some of the key characteristics that make up this elite group of successful job candidates? Why can't you be one of them? Why can't you do those kind of things? I mean, what are they doing that makes employers want to hire them, over you? Well, I'll tell you. Number one, they show relevance. They clearly demonstrate to interviewers how their background and their career goals are consistent with the requirements for the job. And they do this by talking about their experiences and their interests. And when your background and your experience matches the job description, that makes it all the easier for employers to want to hire you. I mean, they make it easy for them. They connect the dots and they show employers why, they are the right person for the job. Number two, they show consistency. And what I mean by that is all of their recent work experience is consistent with the requirements for the job. I mean, so if they're an accountant, they're not going to show experience on their resume, from maybe when they delivered pizzas or worked in a pizza shop or were a real estate agent. They are just going to show accounting experience. And that's how you get consistency, because you don't want to send out a resume that shows, well, I know accounting, I know some IT, I know how to sell houses. No, you got to be specific and focused. And the resume, like I said, it's consistent with the job description. So if you read their resume and they're applying for an accounting position, it's just going to show you accounting related things. And when employers talk to them, their conversation is consistent with their resume. It all just kind of comes full circle. Now, if you need help with your resume, the Resume Masterpiece is a great tool that shows you how to write your resume, and I'll put a link for that in the description below. But when employers search out people, candidates on LinkedIn, their LinkedIn profile is also consistent with the resume. They're not showing different things. So you would actually be able to draw lines, from experiences on the resume to where they did it on their LinkedIn profile. So you got to keep everything in harmony, and so that employers don't think that you're kind of, just all over the board. In short, I mean, their whole career profile, both offline and online, is consistent. It comes around full circle. And your resume is a very crucial element in that circle. I mean, there's no dead ends. I mean, they know exactly what they want, and they are much more likely to get what they want when they're clearly focused on the prize, which, in this case is an accounting job, or, in your case, it might be something else. All right, let's move on here to number 3. Smart job seekers practice how they're going to answer questions. I mean, you can't walk into a job interview cold. You might think you can, but you are in for a rude awakening. I mean, you have to practice how you're going to answer common interview questions like, why do you want to work here? Tell me about yourself. How does your background fit in with this department? And when you are comfortable answering those questions, it makes you a lot more fluid in the interview. And just for example, my own son, he's been searching for jobs and he's been going out on interviews. And he's like, Dad, the more and more interviews I go on, the better and better I get at polishing my answers. And I used to just give these long, drawn out answers. And now I'm just very matter-of-factly and to the point. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what you need to do. So I'd encourage you, if you're not getting interviews, maybe try to get any kind of interview. It doesn't matter, but get practice, get experience, get comfortable in front of other people talking about what you do. So when you do get the big interview, you're going to seem a lot more polished and more fluid, and it's just going to flow. That's what smart job seekers do. And number 4, they're always planning their next move. You see, successful job candidates, they're thinking ahead. They are planning out what they will say and do based on how their interview goes. So if the employer says, hey, we'll get back to you, they'll say, when can I expect to hear from you? Or, do you mind if I follow up with you in a few weeks? I mean, and it doesn't end there. They know exactly how to drill down into employers and poke and prod them to get useful information that will aid them in, navigating the candidacy towards a job offer. I mean, this is a little bit complicated, but no doubt about it. I mean, having a strategic coach to guide you through this maze can really make a huge difference in developing, your own strategy that's going to help you kind of close the gap on landing your dream job. And if you want me to be your personal interview coach, I'll put a link down below where, you can book a call with me and we can see if, coaching is right for you. But these are the things that smart job seekers do. And these are the things that I actually coach people on. I mean, so many people come to me to get coached, and I don't take everyone in the program, but these are the things that we talk about. And a lot of people have the same problems. They're either all over the board, they're not prepared to talk about, why they want to work there, or they're not prepared to talk about, telling employers about themselves. Some people, they're not even sure how to answer, what are you looking for? Like the employer says, so, what are you looking for, Don? They're like, I don't know, a job. They're not focused, they're not clear, they're not concise. And these are the things that you need to do. And you don't need a coach to do any of this stuff. You could obviously do this on your own. I'm giving you these 4 things. If you just work on these and drill them down and practice them and polish them, you're going to be good. You're going to get so much better at it. But one of the biggest things is you need to get in front of interviewers. That's important, because if you can do all the practice in the world, you can watch all the videos on my channel, but if you go out, it's game time, and you go out in front of an interviewer and you expect that you've had all of Don's insights and stuff pumped into you, you go in front of that interviewer, you're probably going to go to pieces. You need practice. You need to get in front of people. You need to be comfortable talking about what you do, what you're looking for, why you're looking for it, and why you want to be there, why you want to be working for them. And you can't just be in the interview, scratching your head and umming and on and about, what you're looking for and why you want to be there. You need to be very specific and matter of fact about, what you want to do. And you need to sound polished. You don't want to be in the interview just not having anything to say. And that's where, like I said, getting in front of people and talking about you and expressing yourself is going to work out all those kinks, and it's going to make you more polished interview, or not a polished interviewer, but a more polished candidate, and it's going to make you better. It's going to make you better. And that's why I'm here today. I'm trying to help you push yourself to make yourself better and giving you the key insights of what it takes to really convince employers why they should hire you. And I think they should hire you. Now it's your job to go out there and convince them why they should hire you. All right, my friend, that is all I have for you today. I hope you found this somewhat insightful. There's no magic trick to getting hired. Sure, some people, sometimes you need, experience. That helps. If you don't have any experience, try to get some. But it's not always experience. That's probably skills and experience do not rank up there as the number 1 reason why people get hired. Mostly it's desire. It's obviously some degree of talent, some degree of know-how, but it's also culture fit. It's people who want to be there. It's people who fit in with a group of people, like-minded people, and who have a skill set that is able to be nurtured and grow. That's what employers want. And now that you know the smart things that employers are looking for, or how to be a smart job candidate, go out there and get them, my friend. And I will see you in the next video. Bye now.